From one Blue Jays way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. John Shambi on the play-by-play with you. Chris Singleton providing the color. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts. So much. First pitch coming your way next. Getting the nod on the mound, Dylan Cease. He's been one of the best starters of the AL this year, Singy. Just about to get started. Jonathan Aranda getting ready to hit. There's a swing and a drive. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And there's one down. That's in for a strike, a slider. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths and all of.
Fires over to Guerrero. That ends the frame. We go to the bottom of the first, and starting on the mound for the Rays, Ian Seymour. What do you have on him, Siggy? Spencer Steer now at the plate. And that's in for a strike. And the count's full. Seymour getting his 20th start of the year. And he was a second-round pick in 2020. Got him looking. One away.
Batting second, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
And a ball and two strikes. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And there's two away. Two down, base is empty. Now here is Addison Barger. The 1-1. What a stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Back here at Rogers Center. Now up for Tampa Bay, Cedric Mullins.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there. Not just because of the velocity, but also the ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with two strikes is just get too far in there and it gets away and it hits the batter. So when I see a two-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Fires over to Guerrero. Two up, two down in the top of the second. Two outs, base is empty. Here's the veteran second baseman, Luis Arias. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. No score here in the second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that puts him just one. Back now in Toronto. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. And a payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. The 1-1 on the ground right side, and that one handled. Throws to first in time. That's a very athletic play. Alejandro Kirk the next to hit. Swing and a ball line to center. That is the inning. Back here at Rogers Center, it's that time of the season. Let's check out some notable trade candidates. Up the middle, on the run, throw to first, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. Singy, it looked like you might have beat it in real time, but that play was really close, so they want to take another look.
Yeah, this is a tough decision to make, Boog, and it feels like it could go either way, but it might be worth the challenge if there's any doubt at all.
Stepping in, Taylor Walls.
That's a ball.
And that one almost hit him. Runner on the move. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Inside.
First and second, no outs. Chandler Simpson digs in. Oh, that ball finds its way into the outfield. A base hit. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely.
And that chance handled to Jimenez. And two. What a play.
That was a much-needed double play right there. It gives them a really good shot at minimizing any further damage in this inning.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that is that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And a swing and a miss. And one away.
Batting 8.
Next is the designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. And the tying run is on base.
Just one of those seeing high base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
On the ground. In plenty of time to first. Got him. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Spencer Steer will hit next. Man at second. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Just missed.
Knuckle curve. Low middle.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. And that's his 200th strikeout of the season. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. He's in the top 10 for most stolen bases in baseball right now, Singy. You can't ignore him when he gets on base. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Four-seam fastball.
2 down, nobody on. That misses the zone. And the count is 3-1.
Low inside.
Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what.
Fires over to Guerrero. That ends the inning. Down in order go the Rays. Back now in Toronto. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's to third. Fires over to first. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Next offering is fouled back. Here's a 1-2. Out towards right center field. Fraley on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Now at the plate, Kazuma Okamoto. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strike. Back here at Rogers Center, well, Singy, he's been on a tear coming in, and we've seen much of the same dominance today. Swiftly becoming the X factor of this pitching staff.
Yeah, Boogie's pitching like he's got the answers to the test, and the hitters miss study group.
Now it's the right fielder, Jake Fraley. Sets him down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7.
4-seam fastball.
2 down, nobody on. Out to short. Jimenez whips it to first on the run. And it beats him. What a play. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Activity in the pen for the Rays. Jacob Junis warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Engler also throwing. Swing and a drive deep right field. That one back there, and it lands foul. So we reset, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Struck him out looking.
Well, he froze him with the changeup right there, and I think he was so geared up for fastball. Once he recognized that it was off speed, he just wasn't able to make an adjustment. So a really good strikeout, and pitcher just won the battle.
On the ground to first. Aranda steps on the bag. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. And now the DH, Jesus Sanchez. Swings through that one.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Still nothing on the. Back now in Toronto. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Chandler Simpson getting ready to hit. Line drive. And there's one down. Fastball for a strike.
Low inside.
Back up the middle and a base hit. And they had their first base runner since the 3rd inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
High fly ball out towards left field. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. 1-2. Lined, and that's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. Yandy Diaz now. Strike 2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Strikeout number 8. And a count 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. First and second, 2 down. And we're at the top half of the 6th. Got him swinging. Back now for the bottom of the 6th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Jacob Junis.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
Tampa Bay's bullpen with some action. Brian Baker, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The 1-2. This one in the air, right field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one down. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Spencer Steer. Drilled out towards left center field. That's back. Just missed getting out of here and tying this game.
For the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger. Blue Jays down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. On the ground, right side. The throw to first, and that is that. Back here at Rogers Center, and stepping in for the Rays, Danny Jansen.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Sinker.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Jake Fraley swings and misses. And a count 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Knuckle curve. Low inside.
On a line out towards center. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. Relay throw. Puts the tag on him and it's a double play. Late with the swing there.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Back now in Toronto, and now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Got the bat going too soon at strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. But you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
2 away. There comes a skipper. New pitcher now, Brian Baker.
50th time he's come into a game this year. He's been relied on out of the pen quite a bit.
2 down, nobody on. Grounder off the pitcher. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the third out of the.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now for the Jays, Tyler Rogers.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Fires over to Guerrero. First out in the top of the 8th. Jonathan Aranda next to hit for the Rays. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Low inside.
Liner caught at second. 2 down, nobody on. That one fouled off.
Sinker.
The 1-2.
Inside.
And they'll do it again.
Sinker. Low inside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Sinker.
Another 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Sinker. Low inside.
On a line, base hit. So he ends up with a hit after seeing a lot of pitches. That was a good at bat. Yandy Diaz, the next to hit. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Andres Jimenez. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
There goes the runner. Got him swinging. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Here's the second baseman. Here's a 1-1. Late on that fastball.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
So the tying run at second. 99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Toughest pitch to hit. Fastball on the.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Edwin Uceda.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
Fraley on his way over, and that will end the inning. Now here's the Tampa Bay cleanup hitter, Cedric Mullins. Here comes the manager. New pitcher now for the Jays, Braden Fisher.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
On the ground to third. Long throw to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth. The 1-1. Foul ball there. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. Stays alive. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Nice. Doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone. So as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little.
Over to first. And that's the third out. We're back. And on the mound is the closer, Griffin Jax.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Over to first. There to beat him by an eyelash. And now, Addison Barger.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Hit on the ground to short. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first without a throw. Let's see how they rule this one.
For the Blue Jays, third baseman, Kazuma.
Substitution being made at first, and on to run for the Blue Jays, Miles Straw. Looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. This one in the air, center field. Mullins under it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
1 out left for the Blue Jays at the plate. Dalton Varsho. 1-1 now. Runner takes off. in the dirt, blocked. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. The Blue Jays down to their final strike. In the air, left field, Simpson on the run towards the line. And he'll make the catch. Ball game. And the Rays take game one of the series on the road.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters.
From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Man, Singy, he was on a whole different level in his last game. What an effort.
Yeah, Boog, he had that look in his eye from the jump. Really had the hitters.
And starting in this one, Kevin Gausman. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Very dominant his last time out. Picked up the win. Only allowed one run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Slider. Middle inside.
Ripped to short. Whips it to first. One out in the top of the first. And stepping in for the Rays, Junior Caminero. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Gausman, more than 100 career wins on the mound. A former first-round pick back in 2012.
Low outside.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Low outside.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back here at Rogers Center. And on the mound for Tampa Bay in this one, Nick Martinez. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ball lifted left field. One away. One out man at first. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger. Strike two. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Got him out on the front foot. Couldn't keep the hands back long enough and played right into the hands of the pitcher.
Steer, the runner at first with two gone. Quick toss to first. Steer dives back in safely. Clips the corner, and it's 1-2. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up. Scoreless after one. Back now in Toronto. Now up for Tampa Bay, Cedric Mullins. High fly ball out into left center field. And there's one down.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul.
Splitter. Low inside.
Popped in the air, left side. And it stays fair. So a man aboard now with one away. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Nick Forte. Oh, and now a wild pitch. The throw into second. He's in there. Second inning here, no score. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Larry Bullard, our umpire behind the plate.
Bullard's got a pretty standard strike zone. Sometimes they'll have you guessing a little bit, but overall, well-respected umpire in the league.
Four-seam fastball.
Ball to strike. That's in for a strike, a slider. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So
Clement over to first. Third out. Bottom of the inning. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. This one in the air, center field. He's got it. And there's one down. The 1-1. Foul ball there. And a 1-2. Swings through it for the K. That K is his third of the game. Stepping in, Jesus Sanchez. Two down, nobody on. Liner, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Now quick throw to first. Sanchez back on a dive. The 1-1. Center field. Mullins gets under it. And that is that. One hit, one left. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. That's out to center field. Brings it in. And there's one down.
Batting ninth.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Johnny DeLuca.
Ball, hot.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Off the mark there. 3-1.
Slider. Middle inside.
And there's ball
Ball
four.
take your base.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
DeLuca stands at first with one out. That's in there. And the count 1-2. Liner caught at second. And stepping in for the Rays, Junior, runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw.
Slider. Middle outside.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Back here at Rogers Center. Well, Singy, as we talked about earlier, he was dominant in his last start and doing the same thing again today.
Yeah, Boog, in total control on the mound in this one. What a run he's on. Let's see if he can keep this thing going.
To first, a great play deep in the hole. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Spencer Steer now at the plate. Hard hit right side. And there's 2 down. Diving, gets down, could be extra bases. And he'll pull into second safely.
Nice line drive to pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Brings it in for the 3rd out. On to the 4th. Start of the 4th. At the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Yandy Diaz. He's one of the best players in baseball when it comes to scoring runs, Singy. His numbers are good enough to put him in the top 10. Tosses to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Clement. Oh, a great flip. And they get the out. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Chandler Simpson.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Draws the walk there. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Top half of inning number 4.
Splitter. Low middle.
And a swing and a miss. And that is that. For midway. Welcome back. And Singy, last time out, he was nearly untouchable. Today, same story.
He's pitching like a man on a mission out there. A hitter's nightmare.
Jump throw. And that's an out. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
For the Blue Jays, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
That one fouled off. One, 2 now. Got him swinging for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Up next for
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That is the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Line drive, and there's a hit. And they have their first hit since the 2nd inning. Now it's the shortstop, Taylor Walls. And that misses. 2-1.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a pop-up. 1 away. And now the first baseman, Jonathan Aranda. And the count 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
2 on, 1 out. That one almost got him. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
And they're all loaded up.
Up next for Tampa
Yandy
Bay.
Diaz now. That one outside, and it's 2-1. On the ground right side. Base hit, 1 run in already. Here's the throw. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning. Back now in Toronto. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez. Line drive, base hit. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. And he's got no chance. He's out. Flares it into the outfield. And he pulls up on it, and that's a hit. And the tying run is on base.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some
save. And with 2 outs, the tying run is at third. Spencer Steer digs in now. And a 1-1. Out to short. Walls. And that's the inning. Back here at Rogers Center. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one.
Low outside.
Foul ball there.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Sinker. Low outside. Splitter.
Here's a 1-2. Just missed.
Splitter. Low inside.
And a pop-up. Right side. Foul territory. 1 down.
Up next for Tampa
So up
Bay,
next,
left
Chandler
fielder
Simpson.
Chandler Simpson.
Bunting, and it's right in front of the plate. He's safe. On with a bunt single.
4-seam fastball.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position.
Runner on the go again. And that one is lifted in the air. Steer under it. And there's 2 down. Luis Ariz stands in. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're at the top half of the 6th. Lifted in the air down the left side. Base hit. The run comes in to score from second. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. Chop back up the middle. Sends it to first, and that is the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 2-0. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jacob Junis.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
1 up, 1 down. And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Here's a 1-1. And that one almost hit him. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now here is Kazuma Okamoto. His home and away splits there. Liner caught at second.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The Jays with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. That is the inning.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tommy Nance.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit. And it looks like they might end up challenging this one. Very close play, and we will take another look as well.
I couldn't tell on live action, that's for sure. And, you know, the umpire is so much closer to the play. And
next to hit, Jonathan Aranda.
Slider. Middle outside. Slurve. Low inside.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Carrying well. Pulls it in on the warning track. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Junior Caminero. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Ground ball right side, Clement. In plenty of time to first, and that is that. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Here's a 1-1. This one popped up. Caminero settles underneath it, and there's 1 down. Now it's the DH, Jesus Sanchez. Swing and a miss, and the count's even at 2. Got him. 2 gone.
well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here comes the manager. Mason Engler comes on now.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it. Two down, nobody on. This one in the air, right field. DeLuca coming on, and that is that.
Now pitching.
Brendan Little taking over on the mound.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture.
Overhand curve.
The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And that wasn't even close. Ball 4. And at first, next to hit, Chandler Simpson. Taps softly to the right side. There's one. Over to first. Safe.
Sinker.
Runner on the go.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
Struck him out looking. That was pretty nasty. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the Toronto catcher, Daniel Susak. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff.
Oh, now a great stop. On the money. Nice play.
Well, he looks so comfortable making that play.
Garrett Clevenger on to pitch out of the pen here.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
On the ground. Jumps, throws. What a play. Inning over. Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. Manager out of the dugout.
For the Blue Jays, number 56, Eric.
A little out front there as he swings through it. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Low middle.
That one pushed foul.
Overhand curve.
The 1-2.
Inside.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
And that's the third out. Rays held it back now, and on the mound, the closer, Griffin Jacks.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see down in the dugout, guys pumping their fists. They know that they got a chance in this ball game.
The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Tying run at the plate. Line drive. Two down.
Now, Boog, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Near the fence. And he'll make the catch. Ball game. And the Rays take the first two games of this series on the road.
This team has gotten off to a great start. They've come in here. They've won the first two games of this series, riding high right now, pretty confident. But you got to be careful. If you're overconfident and you don't stay focused at the task at hand, you could drop the next two games and leave here feeling a little disappointed after a great start to the series.
From One Blue Jays Way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shammy. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much.
First pitch. And pitching in this game, Trey Savage. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Jonathan Aranda. In the air, left field. Springer has a beat on it. And there's 2 away.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
In the air, out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. And that extends the inning for Cedric Mullins.
Slider. Middle outside.
Way out front for strike 2.
Low inside.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the first. And starting on the mound for the Rays, Shane McClanahan. What do we have on him? Here's George Springer to start it off. There's a swing and a drive. That's got a chance. Up against the wall and brings it in. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Dalton Varsho. Ball to strike. The pitch. Up the middle. On the run. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped up. That is the inning. Top of the second, and stepping in for the Rays, Danny Jansen.
Slider. Low
Here's a 1-2.
outside.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Splitter. Low outside.
In the air to left center. Springer on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Middle outside.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Four-seam
No
fastball.
score here in the second.
Low outside.
And that one is downstairs.
Four-seam
And that's
fastball.
ball 2.
Middle outside.
Got him. That's the second out.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Swing and a bouncer. Arise. Throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Line drive. That's out number 2. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game.
Splitter. Low middle.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
On the ground at first. Yepes takes it to the bag and 1 away in the top of the third.
Splitter.
Johnny
Low
DeLuca
outside.
next to hit for the Rays. Swing and a ground ball. In plenty of time to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Middle outside.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Slider.
Top of the third, no score. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that. Bottom of the inning. And now for the Jays, Juan Yepez.
First baseman, Juan
Here's a 1-1.
Yepez.
Out to short, Walls. To first, what a pick to save the play and get the first out.
Second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Liner, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Struck him out swinging. No advance. Good job behind the dish.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Quick toss to first. Clement back on a dive. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. See you later. A big home run for him, certainly. Number 300 for his career. Someone get him that baseball.
Well, you have to appreciate what he's been able to do in his career. He's truly established himself as one of the great power hitters in the game today. And this is a milestone he can be really proud of. There are a lot of very good hitters that never get to 300 homers in their careers.
So 2 down. Now it's the DH, Jesus Sanchez. There's a swing and a drive. And it's a foul ball. Swings and misses, struck him out. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy. Back here at Rogers Center, it's that time of the season. Let's check out some notable trade candidates. That's a strike, and it's 1-2.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Low inside.
The other way, and that's just foul.
Man, that's such a tough call for the umpire in real time, especially since those lines are not made of chalk the way they used to be. He got it right, though.
Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts. Luis Ariz stands in. Swings and misses. 1-2.
Low inside.
Popped up on the left side of the infield. Okamoto under this one. 2 down.
4-seam fastball.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Draws the walk there. Now it's Jansen to hit.
High outside.
And a foul ball.
4-seam fastball.
The 1-2.
High inside.
Up the middle. Nice grab. Ready to go. Bottom 4. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. On the ground. And it's through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Well, these
Ball,
Jays
second
doing a
side.
great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count.
Makes the catch. One down.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
That's a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. On a line. And there's two down. Two on, two outs. And he dodges that fastball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 2-2 now. Line shot into the gap should score at least one. Barger headed for the plate. One run across. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they're up by 4. So runner at second, 2 down. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Man at second. Up the middle. Base hit into center field. Coming home. He will score. It's an RBI single, and it's 5-0. Bounce to third. Fires across the diamond, and that is the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Back now in Toronto. On fire coming in, and man, he's still sizzling in this one.
Great command of his pitches. He's the whole package. If you're building a prototype in the lab, it probably looks a lot like this.
That one missed.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. Now up for Tampa Bay, Taylor Walls. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Moving over is Yepez to make the grab.
4-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Next offering is fouled back.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
Ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him. And they have their first hit since the first inning. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Johnny DeLuca. And there's a foul ball.
4-seam fastball.
The 1-2. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
For Tampa Bay, the designated hitter, Yandy Diaz.
Sliced hard but foul.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
They get the force, and that is back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Steven Matz, on for the 30th time this year. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. Into center, and there's one down. Jesus Sanchez will hit next. The 3-1.
Hey, 2.
Payoff pitch. Struck him out looking.
Man, he had the stanky leg on that one right there. That curveball just locked him up.
Addison Barger.
And 1-2.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Outside with a breaking ball.
That's a great take. Tried to get him to chase just outside the zone, but he wouldn't offer.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. That gets down for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. Here's a 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. Got him swinging. One left for Toronto. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Next to hit, Jonathan Aranda.
High inside.
A sliding stop, throw to first, and that's a great play for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
The Jays leading by 5, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Base hit center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Danny Jansen to hit here. 2-1 now. This one in the air center field. And he makes the catch.
Four-seam fastball. Below middle.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Smoked into left field, base hit. Arise around third. One run is in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Taylor Walls getting ready to hit, and time is called for a mound visit now. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Jimmy Garcia. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. And a 1-2. In the air, right field. Barger settles underneath it. And that'll do it. The 1-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. The 3-1.
Hey!
Payoff pitch. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
And now Ernie Clement. Base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Clement, the runner at first with 2 gone. He goes down looking. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 6.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tommy Nance.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
Tosses to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Johnny DeLuca digs in now.
Sinker. Middle
The
outside.
count 2-1.
Hey!
The Blue Jays leading by 5 here in the top half of inning number 7. This one in the air right field, and it falls. And that's a 1-out single.
Slurve. Middle outside.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Slider. Low outside.
And there's a ball.
Slider. Middle outside.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. Now up for Tampa Bay, Jonathan Aranda. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Middle inside.
Popped in the air, left field. 2 down.
Up next for Tampa Bay, second
2 on, 2 outs.
Arrive.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. And that is that. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Blue Jays 6, the Rays 1. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th, Joe Boyle.
Power slider guy, Boog. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. And that one is out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 7-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Now at the plate, Jesus Sanchez. The 1-1 is fouled off.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. On the ground to third. Fair ball. Can't glove it cleanly. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily. So a man aboard. So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Liner snagged at first. Man at second. And that one ripped into right. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. The 1-1. This one in the air center field. Mullins under it. And that's the 3rd out. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. We look ahead.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Braden Fisher. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Slider. Middle inside.
Good job to fight that one off.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly what the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
Danny Jansen next to hit for the Rays. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at Rogers Center, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Out to short. Walls. Fires over to first. One gone at the bottom of the 8th. And now it's Juan Yepez. The 2-1. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And he'll just eat it. So that's an infield knock. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Andres Jimenez. The runner on first with 2 gone for him. Out to center. Mullins on the move. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Now pitching.
We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Eric Lauer.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Got him swinging. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Richie Palacios. A little out front there as he swings through it. Out to short. Jimenez fires to first on the run, and they get the out. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. Fouls it off, still 1-2. This could end it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays take this one in a blowout.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a
From One Blue Jays Way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing.
All right, we'll be back. And today's starter, Shane Bieber. Chris, how about a scouting report?
His career ERA's been under 4. What I like.
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. And the Rays take the lead. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Stays alive.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Struck him out swinging. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Yandy Diaz now. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
The 2-2 on the way.
Cutter. Low middle.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. And it remains 2-2.
Slider. Middle outside. Slider. Low outside.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Now it's the right fielder, Jake Fraley. Tough start for him so far. Already at 30 pitches here in the first. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Slider. Middle inside.
Grounds one to short. Jimenez throw to first. They limit the damage here. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. It's an ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the mound for Tampa Bay in this one, Drew Rasmussen. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, you know, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now tapped softly on the ground. Walls throws to first. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first. So now here's the DH, Addison Barger. 2 down, nobody on. This one in the air center field. DeLuca under it. And that's the 3rd out. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And stepping in for the Rays, Taylor Walls. That misses the zone. Ball 3.
High inside.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Guerrero over to second and 2. What a play. Johnny DeLuca next to hit for the Rays. Shortened the bunt and missed it. And the count 1-2. Good eye in that spot.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Bottom of the inning. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, George Springer. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires to first on the run, and it beats him. What a play.
Batting fifth, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Hard liner. And there's two away. Now the third baseman. Got him. And that is that. One hit. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Fair ball. And a good start to the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Junior Caminero. Fouls one off. 2-2.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A gigantic blast. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning here in the finale of this 4-game set. And a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle, so I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
In the air, right field. And that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. Back at the ballpark, and in this series, it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. Liner, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Out towards right center field. Fraley under it. And there's one down. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. 2 away. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This one in the air, center field. And that ends the inning. Blue Jays. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Line drive, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Now up for Tampa Bay, Taylor Walls. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. On the ground, out to short. Flips it. There's one. On to first.
No, he's
safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Low outside.
In the air to left center. Steer has a beat on it. And he makes the catch. At the plate, Johnny DeLuca.
Outside.
High fly ball, right field. Springer on the move. And that is that. Ready to go, bottom 4. Addison Barger has one of the top averages in the league, Singy. That bat's got more hits than a summer playlist.
Pitchers are looking around like, can someone unplug this guy?
Here's a 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though, so they get the first out of the inning.
For the Blue Jays, right fielder, George Springer.
Up the middle, and that chance handled. The throw to first, already 2 gone here in the home 4th. And next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss there.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. That ends the inning. New inning getting started. Here's the Rays leadoff hitter, Jonathan Aranda. And he hits a ground ball right side. Guerrero steps on the bag, 1 away here in the 5th.
Cutter. High inside.
The count 2-1. Swings through that.
Slider. Middle outside.
And that one hit to first. And it goes just foul. Got him swinging for the K. He notches strikeout number 150 this season.
Outside.
2 down, bases empty. Now, Yandy Diaz. Swing and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. 1 left for Tampa, but they lead it 3-0. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Ball to strike. In the air, left field. Walls settles underneath it, and there's one down. Here's the third baseman. Up the middle, Walls. Now the throw to first on the run. Got him. Nice play. Singy, it was close. Looks like they want a second to review it and possibly challenge the call if they think he beat the throw.
Yeah, they might challenge it just to kind of roll the dice, you know, Boog. And Perhaps, maybe they see something.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
Out number 2. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Man at second. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2. Swings through that one. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moments so far.
Change. Low outside.
To third. Into the outfield, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Knuckle curve.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
1 away. So digging in, Taylor Walls. That's inside. Ball 2.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Right through there for a strike.
Four-seam fastball.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Got him swinging. Throw there. Safe.
Knuckle curve. Low outside.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Knuckle
Runner
curve.
at second, 2 down. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Ground ball right side. And that one handled. Slings to first. That's out number 3. Back now in Toronto. Well, Singy, he's been on a tear coming in, and we've seen much of the same dominance today. Swiftly becoming the X factor of this pitching staff.
Yeah, Boogie's pitching like he's got the answers to the test, and the hitters miss study group.
1 down.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Way inside, gets out of the way. This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 down. Here's George Springer. Out to short. Walls throws to first. Inning over. Top of inning number 7. And stepping in for the Rays, Johnny DeLuca. Clement sends it to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next
Now up for Tampa Bay, Jonathan Aranda. He crushed one out of here earlier. An absolute tape measure shot.
Yeah, indeed. It was a rocket. Just launched that thing. His swing, man, is so clean right now. I doubt he even felt the baseball make contact with the bat.
Knuckle curve. Low
The
inside.
1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Four-seam fastball.
The
High
1-2.
inside.
Got him looking. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That one ripped left field. And it's off the foul pole for a home run. Another homer. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And they boost their lead. It's 4-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
Here comes the manager. Pitching change here, Jimmy Garcia.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
2 down, nobody on. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Edwin Uceda
coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Throws to first in time, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss as that one was high.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 away. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. Got him looking, and that will end the inning. 1 left for
now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Braden Fisher.
Well, he's got electric stuff coming out of the pen. His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. Got him swinging. Jake Fraley now at the plate. Strike 2. Sit down on strikes. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 8th. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And he strikes. Back here at Rogers Center. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Ernie Clement digs in now. On the ground. Nice grab to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
On the ground to short. Walls. Throws to first. That's the 2nd out. Here comes the skipper. Garrett Clevenger comes on now.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
Nope, outside.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Makes the catch up against the wall. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
Guerrero takes it himself, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. Here's the left fielder, Chandler Simpson.
Splitter. Low inside.
That one misses, and that's ball 2. Got him. That's out number 2.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Griffin Jacks.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too late, and they can't get the out. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. The 1-1. Swings and misses, went with the sweeper.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
The Rays trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. In the air, right field. And there's one down. Just a slow ground ball this time. Arise. Blue Jays have just one out left here. So up next, Andres Jimenez.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. Barger coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. They're down to their final strike. The Jays with the tying run at the plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. Got him. That's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Live from historic Fenway Park in Boston, the show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays squaring off against their hated rivals, the Boston Red Sox. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill, Brian Bayo. What do you have on him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, first baseman.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Addison Barger. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. And very nicely done for the out. Two down, nobody on. Short hop liner, handled it short. Throw to first, it's there, and that's a great play. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. This is Toronto Blue Jays. Back here at Fenway, and the starter for Toronto, Jose Barrios. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Siggy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate. And that's
Jimenez to second for one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. One out man at first. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Sinker.
The 1-2. Barrios, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and he was awarded a Gold Glove in 2023. Got him swinging.
Sinker. Low inside.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Low outside.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it's off the green monster. Durant coming home. He'll score on the board first. It's 1-0. And with two down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. Can't glove it cleanly. Still manages a throw. They limit the damage here. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's an early 1-0 lead. Second inning set to go. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Up the middle. That's a hit. And a man aboard. Hammered. And this one could be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double. Throws it away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field.
One away.
Batting second.
Runners at second and third and one out. Now it's the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. The 1-1. Base hit, one run in already. Now a second crosses the plate, and a 2-1 ball game now. Quick move to first, and he's back in on a dive. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Way inside. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Runner on the go. And it's fouled away. On the ground. And that's just foul. The 2-2. This ball's chopped on the ground. Story handles, throws to first, and that ends. We head to the bottom of the second. Joe stepping in for Boston. Marcelo Meyer. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Slurve. Middle outside.
Popped up. Clement should have this one. And there's 1 down.
Batting 8.
Romy Gonzalez will hit next. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Low outside.
In the air to left center. And there are 2 outs.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Slurve. Middle outside.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him way out front of the slur. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. This one in the air, center field. Anthony moving under it. And there's 1 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's a 1-1. Foul ball there. And a 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Story. On to first.
He's out.
First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball.
Foul.
And it goes just foul. Here's a 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Nothing doing for them. Back now at Fenway.
Sinker.
Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
Sinker. Middle outside.
Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike.
Low inside.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Now batting Jaron Duran.
High outside. Slurve.
And a
Low
1-2.
inside.
Popped up. And there are 2 down.
Slurve. Middle inside.
Well, Chris,
That's the
through the
ball.
early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Next
Ball.
one misses, and now 3-2. It is interesting, though, and he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. All set for the start of the inning. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
For the Blue Jays, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
That one at the knees for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Right through there, got him. 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Line drive, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Sinker. Low middle.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Low outside.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. And 1-2.
Slurve. Middle outside.
Ground ball right side. Clement tosses to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Sinker. Low outside.
Bounce to the left side. Okamoto. The throw to first.
No!
Red Sox go 1-2-3. Blue Jays 2 and the Red Sox 1. Ready now for the 5th inning. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. The 1-1. And he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. No advance, though. Ball didn't get too far away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Popped up. And there's 1 down. 1 out man at first. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. 1-1 now. Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You know, nights like this, when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Left fielder, Victor Steele.
Man on second, 2 down. And that one almost got him. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Strike in there. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
When a guy's got that kind of lead at second base, somebody's got to call timeout. Pitcher's got to step off. The catcher's got to ask the ump for time or something. You can't let him get out that far. When you don't have a good thrower behind the plate, he's going to steal third almost standing up. That's a really good job of being aggressive by the base runner.
And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. You'll see another. And a 3-2. Hit on the ground to short. Story sends it over to first. And that is the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Caleb Durbin. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul.
Slurve. Middle outside.
Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
So up next, James Triantos.
Middle inside.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next,
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score and then tie it.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. The Blue Jays trying to keep this a 2-2 game. Last half of inning number 5. Makes the catch for the second out. And next for the Red Sox, Wilyer Abreu.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Circle change. Low inside.
That's down and in.
3-2, 2-out, runner on first. A lot of movement.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Huge strikeout. And we're back here at Fenway Park. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the next to hit. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Activity in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Giovanni Moran, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Weiser, the right-hander, also getting loose. Story sends it over to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. Here's the third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto. 2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field. And that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Trevor Story. Next offering is fouled back.
Slurve. Low outside.
This one in the air, center field. Varsho in position, and there's one down.
Slurve.
All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball.
Sinker. Low middle.
Bouncer to second, and that chance handled. Sends it to first. Now 2 away. Here's the third baseman, Marcelo Meyer. Out to short. Save. Fantastic effort, but that extends the inning. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Slurve. Middle outside. Slurve.
1-2 here. That one hit to right. Barger on his way over. He's got it. And that is that. One left for the. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Giovanni Moran.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
In plenty of time to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. So digging in, Alejandro Kirk. Here's a 1-1. And there's a foul ball. That one way inside. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, shortstop.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. To the right side, Triantos whips it to first. And the Blue Jays go down. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Middle outside.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
Slurve.
Up the middle. And that one finds its way through. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Now it's going to be James Triantos. That one the other way. And an automatic double now as it hops the wall in foul ground. James Triantos with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Billy. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard
Struck him out looking. Strikeout number 8. Jaron Duran steps to the dish in a big spot. And that one fouled off.
Here's a sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball.
That one is absolutely belted. Can't get there. One run will score. Another comes in to score. And they lead by 2. Save!
No, he did.
He quickly went from hitter to base runner. Love when guys make that transition, and he's got speed to put on a show.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Now here's Tyler Rogers out of the pen.
Well, this offense has great opportunity to add on right here with a runner at third, less than 2 outs. So they're asking him to come through in a big way out of the bullpen.
Swinging a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. To me, it's just a really controlled
runner on the move. Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it bangs off the monster. Abreu around third. Across is the runner from first. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. There's a swing and a drive. And that gets down into the gap. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay throw, but he's in there easily.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap.
Here comes the manager. On the mound now, Braden Fisher.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. This one in the air center field. And that is that. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings. Left field. Fielding for the wall. Makes the catch and foul ground. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Connolly early. The left-hander is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Crawford also getting ready. Rolled over to third. Meyer to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Here comes. They hand the ball over to a new arm. Connolly early.
Not having a lot of success against right-handed hitters. They've been hitting them around, so this next matchup might be tough for him.
Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Rips one to right. And that is that.
Now
Pitching change here. Brendan Little.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Back here in Boston, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Booth. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
High fly ball down the left field line. Into the monster seats and gone. His first homer in the majors, and they're going to have to send somebody to get that ball for him.
Always such a special moment. You know this is one of the biggest thrills of his life. He's got to be floating around the bases right now.
Yeah, he'll remember every detail of that at bat for years, as he should. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, Boog, there's so many times when a young player might wonder if he's ever even going to get to the big leagues and do something like this. Well, he doesn't have to wonder anymore.
Hammered, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
That one misses.
That's low. That's a ball.
Ball 3.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so
Ball
something
4.
in the gap should definitely score it.
Sinker. Low inside.
That's off the
Ball
mark.
low.
And a count 2-1.
Outside.
Swings through that one.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
The other way, and it stays fair. Anthony around third. He will score. It's 8-2. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's Trevor Story now. Manager out of the Tommy Nance takes over on the mound.
Oh, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
And that'll load the bases. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. That is the inning. We go to the 9th. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Base hit center field. And they had their first hit since the 2nd inning. Up the middle, the flip, 1 at second, on to first, safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. That one almost got him. So a walk puts runners at first and second. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. All Red Sox in this one. Well struck left field. And it hits off the monster. 1 run is in. Duran quickly gets it back in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 2 on, 1 out. Base hit, 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. It's 8-5. Manager out of the So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Justin Slayton.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap it.
2 down.
You want a guy that battles at the plate in the biggest moments of the game, and that's what they have right now up there. If anyone can shake it up, it's this guy right here.
This to center field. Anthony on the move. And he'll put it away. Ball game. And the Red Sox take the series opener here at home.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly First pitch. And today on the hill, Patrick Sandoval. What should we keep an eye on here? Just about ready to roll. Spencer Steer digs in now. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. The run comes in to score from second, and in at second with an RBI double.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game.
Oh, that ball drilled back up the box and nailed the pitcher. Can't pick it up with the bare hand.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
Left field, way back there. One run across, and it bangs off the monster. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay throw. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they're up by 3. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the second game of the series. Line drive. Got it. Great leaping catch.
Batting sixth, shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Tapped softly on the ground. Handles, throws to first. They get him, but it was pretty close. Here's a 1-1. That one ripped, but foul.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Outside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. And the starter for Toronto, Dylan Cease. #1 in the league in strikeouts, Singy.
Yeah, that swing and miss pitch is next level, Boog. The ball just jumps out of his hand late.
It's not just power, it's precision. Every pitch has intent.
Yeah, and I'd say every start has entertainment value as well. You can't look away when he's on the mound.
Way inside.
Slider. Low middle.
And that wasn't even close. Ball 4. Cease was recently named pitcher of the month. Here goes the runner. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Over to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Four-seam fastball.
Man at second. And a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He will score. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
That one found hard the other way.
Four-seam fastball.
1-2 now. Story on the move. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And we're back here at Fenway Park. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off speed.
Oh, now a great stop. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Spencer Steer will hit next. Tap back to the mound. Story. The flip. There's one to first. Not in time. Great effort there. Rudder takes off. Pitch is low. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the
First
Blue
and
Jays,
second,
right fielder,
2 outs. Addison Barger now at the plate. 2 on, 2 outs. Inside, almost got him.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. That one lifted to left. And that'll do it. Bottom of the second. And stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin. That one catches the corner for a strike. Cease was recently in the All-Star game for the first time. A nice career achievement. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Middle outside.
On the ground at first. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out.
Batting 7th, third baseman, Marcelo Meyer.
Swings through that.
What a special moment for him, man. Getting that all-star appearance is just awesome. A lot of
swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. And they cut into the deficit.
The wind didn't hurt the chances of that ball getting out of here. That's for sure. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Stays alive. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Curve. Low outside.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize.
That is the inning. Back here in Boston, Kazuma Okamoto digging in. He's the league leader in batting average, and that bat has been scorching hot, Singy.
Yeah, and everything off his barrel is noisy, Boog. Gap-to-gap approach, stays inside the baseball beautifully.
Not just far, but loud, Singy. Everything seems to jump off his bat.
Yeah, Boog, when he connects, the ballpark turns into a souvenir shop. That home run total just keeps on climbing. What did Eric Young used to say? Souvenir City.
Here's Andres Jimenez.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
2 down, nobody on. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 1-2 now. Got him swinging for the K. Make it 4 strikeouts for him. Back here at Fenway Park. Well, Singy, we talked him up at the top of the broadcast. Firing on all cylinders coming in, but haven't seen the same dominance today.
Well, it's still early, but the sharpness hasn't quite been there. Feels like he's just one adjustment away from flipping the script.
On the ground, right side. Fires over to Guerrero. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Now batting Jaron Duran. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Sinker. Middle outside.
Base knock center field. And the tying run is on base. Runner takes off. Ground ball right side. Guerrero steps on the bag. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Start of the fourth, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Jesus Sanchez. Good job to fight that one off. One-two now. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Strike 2. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
You know, these Red Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 2-2 now. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
That one hammered center field. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. Next is the designated hitter, Caleb Durbin. Swing and a miss.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Got him swinging for the strikeout, and that's 4 strikeouts. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Low middle.
And he grounds one to the right side. Clement over to first. Red Sox go 1-2. Back now at Fenway. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Spencer Steer. In the air, right field, Abreu on the move. And there's one down. What about the fans at Fenway? Would they let you have it from time to time?
They're definitely intelligent baseball fans, which is awesome. They're not waiting for something to happen. They can smell a big inning or anticipate a situation setting itself up.
On the ground to the left, Story whips it to first, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Sets him down looking. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
The 1-2. Got him looking for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Here's the center fielder, Roman Anthony.
Slider.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over. 1. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Kazuma Okamoto, the next to hit. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
And that's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the 2nd inning. So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. There's a swing and a miss. Quick toss to first. Jimenez back on a dive. And a ball and 2 strikes. Way inside, gets out of the way. The 2-2 on the way. This one driven deep center field, on its way, home run. He circles the bases and they add to their lead. It's 5-2.
You feel like everything goes slow motion when a breaking ball like that leaves the hand right down the middle of the plate, and it's like the pitcher screaming no and the hitter saying yeah.
And that is that. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now 5-2. Back here in Boston. So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. That one ripped right center field. High bounce takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double. And next for the Red Sox, Wilyer Abreu. His righty-lefty splits there. Man at second. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get.
Throws to first. Inning over. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got him swinging. So back to the top of the order. And now for the Jays, Spencer Steer. Swings through that one. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Giovanni Moran, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Crawford, the right-hander, also getting loose. 2-2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with one away. Runner on the move. In the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. The 1-2. Hammered down the line. Base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 6-2. There comes the skip. So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, Cutter Crawford.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
High fly ball, right field. Abreu takes it in for the out. Out number 2. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Here's a 1-1. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And it hits off the monster. Vladdy coming around third. He'll score. It's 7-2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle.
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. Runner holds. Count goes to 1-2. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. This one in the air, center field. Anthony under it, and that'll do it. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Back here at Fenway, he was lights out in recent outings, and we're seeing much of the same today, Singy.
Yeah, excellent command and an overall confidence out there on the mound. He's not just pitching well, he's setting the tone game after game.
And out of here, he deposits that one into the monster seats. And they're chipping away. It's 7-3.
Things might get pretty interesting if they keep connecting on pitches like that.
The 1-2. Swings and misses. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's the second baseman, Cedar Rafaela. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Now he's challenging to call strike.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Got him. Now a dozen strikeouts for him in this one. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. We look ahead to inning number 8. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball. Back here at Fenway, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. The throw to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. 2 down. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Number 11 looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
I would say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Pitch misses. Ball 2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is back now. New pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tommy Nance.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. One away. And stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. That one almost got him.
Slider. Middle outside.
This one in the air right field. 2 down.
Up next for the Red
The Blue
Sox,
Jays leading by 4 in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Middle inside.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Slider. Middle inside.
And that one is lifted in the air. Steer should have this one. And that is that. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the Toronto catcher, Daniel Susak. The 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Anthony makes the grab on the run.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder Spencer Steer.
This one smoked on its way out of here. He jacks that one out to left. His 12th of the season, and they add on. It's 8-3.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the 9th. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 8-3.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Tyler Rogers.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
On the ground to short. Jimenez throw to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Sinker.
So stepping in for Boston, Carlos. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. So he goes yard to left. His 14th of the year. Slapped foul.
Sinker. Middle inside.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Slider.
On the ground to third. It's in and out of his glove. Still manages a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they clean things up for the out. Last out for the Red Sox in this one. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. This one popped up. Jimenez settles under it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays even this series up at a game apiece.
The first 2 games of this series really good, exchanged punch for punch, blow for blow, but tomorrow will be a big one, especially in a day game. There might be some shadows in the afternoon, so you really want to focus on scoring early and playing very good defense to prevent runs. We'll see who wins it tomorrow.
And our final here today, 8-4 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Live from historic Fenway Park in Boston, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, all eyes on him today after his incredible performance in the last one.
Yeah, Boog, that was one of the best hitting displays I've seen in a
First pitch coming at you. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet. Lots of punch-outs, a real strikeout artist, Singy.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Swings through it for the K. The high heat, too much on that one. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. The 1-1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Batting third, first baseman.
Crochet, 26 years old, a former first-round pick in 2020. On the ground, right side, Rafaela handles, throws to first, and Guerrero is set down. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Show Canada. Back in Boston, and towing the slab here, Kevin Gausman. And for whatever reason, he's been more effective on the road like this than at home, Chris.
Boog, I really think he likes being the villain. This is a guy that seems like he thrives off of the negative energy in those away ballparks and gets better the more hostile the crowd gets. So whatever the reason is, he's got good stuff combined with the right type of attitude.
This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Grabs it on the run. Runner tags and will move up to third.
Batting fourth,
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. Swings through that one.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Hit weakly on the ground. Wade on the run, sends it over to first, and very nicely done. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Kazuma Okamoto digging in. He's the league leader in batting average, and that bat has been scorching hot, Singy.
Yeah, and everything off his barrel is noisy, Boog. Gap-to-gap approach, stays inside the baseball beautifully.
Batting fifth, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A solo shot. His 22nd homer of the year, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
High fly ball out to center field. And there's 2 away. Jesus Sanchez getting ready to hit. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. Got him. 3rd out. Bottom of the second. So stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez. That one finds the zone, and a count 1-2.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Low outside.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that's the first out.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
And he walked him. Here's the third baseman, Marcelo Meyer. That one is absolutely belted. And it gets by him. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Rafaela headed for the plate. He'll score, and they've tied it. In there safely.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game.
Swing, and he popped it up. Guerrero settles underneath it. 2 away. Next to hit, Romy Gonzalez. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. They limit the damage here. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. The 1-1. And a swing and a miss there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Got him swinging.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Spencer Steer will hit next. Swing and a miss. 1-2. That one ripped left field into the monster seats and gone. An absolute smash to left. His 13th home run of the season, and the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 2-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Late with the swing there. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tied him up on a fastball inside. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Breaking ball inside. And it's 2-1. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball.
2-2 now.
Outside.
Ground ball to the right side. Guerrero takes it to the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Four-seam fastball.
And stepping in for Boston, Jaron Duran.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The 2-2 now. To the right side. Throws to first in time.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're down 2-1. Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. To third, Meyer. Slinging it to first in time. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Swings through that one above the zone.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Struck him out swinging. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Center fielder Dalton Varsho.
2 down, nobody on. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Low throw, and he can't pick it. Here's the catcher,
Up next,
Alejandro
for the Blue
Kirk.
Jays, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
And that one ripped into right. Brings it in. And that'll do it. Bottom four. So here's Boston's cleanup hitter, Trevor Story. Nice grab. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela. In the air out towards right center. And the inning is over. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings.
Right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Here's a 1-1. And he dodges that fastball. Fouled off left side. Two down. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Now batting Tyler Wade. And a ground ball to first. To second. Pulls him off the bag. The throw is late, and that leaves them with runners at first and second. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. And a sac bunt here. And that's foul. Out to short, Story. Oh, the throw is over his head. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from. So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, Peyton Tolley.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's a chopper to short. Story throws to first in time.
That was a productive at bat. You know you're doing something right anytime you help move two runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
Two on, one out. Battling here as he fouls it away. Up the middle, and that chance handled. To first, run scores, but a terrific play to get the out. And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The 1-1. Swings through that. On a line. Could be extra bases. Runner from third comes across, throws to second, and in at second with an RBI double.
Comes through with the RBI. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner at second, two down, and we're in the top of the fifth. On the ground to third, and that one handled. Zips it to first. That ends the inning and stops. We head to the bottom of the fifth. So stepping in for Boston, Marcel. And that one hammered back there. And that one is out of here. A solo shot. His fourth home run of the season. And they cut into the lead. It's 5-2.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden, they're back in this ballgame.
Bunting for a hit. And he beats it. He's safe.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Romy Gonzalez up next for the Red Sox. Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. Durable. Ground second on his way to third. Coming home. He'll score easily. And they cut the lead to 2.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Hammered on a line, base hit. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1. No outs, runner at first. Got him. Foul tip, strike 3. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there, and I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where
play made. That ends the inning. So they get 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 was the solo homer. We're through. Back inside Fenway Park. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Stepping in, Dalton Varsho. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. That one almost got him.
straighten him up a little bit.
Just off the inside corner. And now 3-2.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from a bat to a bat.
Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. First and second, and nobody out. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. Story. The underhand flip, 1 at second, back to first, and it's over his head. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. So a big-time costly mistake there. Man at second. A little out front there as he swings through it.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Oh, he gloves it. Manager out of the dugout. Connolly early. Gets the call from the pen.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by.
Base hit into right center. Sanchez around third. The throw in. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. And they're up by 3. Third time through the order now. Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Foul ball. 2 runs across in the inning, and we're the top half of the 6th. Got him. Out number 3. We go to the back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jimmy Garcia.
Coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Varsho takes it in for the out. 1 away. And next for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela. Swings through that one for strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Got him. That's the second out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Right through there for a strike.
Fastball. High outside.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside. Curveball. Low inside.
On the outside corner, got him looking. Nothing doing for Boston, and they're on the wrong. Back here at Fenway Park, now it's the Toronto designated hitter, George Springer. Early, 23 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2023. Way high there. Ball 2. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Got him looking. One gone here.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
The 2-1. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the
Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Ball to strike. The pitch. To short, could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. 7th inning stretch time. Blue Jays 7 and the Red Sox 4. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Tyler Rogers into the game,
and this is his 55th game he's come in to pitch this season, so he's got some innings under his belt. He's been an important guy for them.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. And here's the first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. That clips the corner.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Sinker. Low outside.
Chopper right side. Clement. The flip. There's 1 to first. Not in time. Great effort there.
Up next for the Red Sox, left fielder
Jaron Duran up next for the Red Sox. Hard liner, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Really important at bat coming up now.
Swing and a ball hammered left field, carrying well. And it's off the Green Monster. The run comes in to score from second, and now they trail by 1.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. In the air, right field, Sanchez. On his way over, stretches out and hauls it in.
leading off for the
And now it's Dalton Varsho. He crushed one out of here earlier, an absolute tape measure shot.
Yeah, indeed. It was a rocket. Just launched that thing. His swing, man, is so clean right now. I doubt he even felt the baseball make contact with the bat.
That's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
That one way inside. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Greg Weisser, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Moran also getting ready. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game. One out man at first. And now for the Jays, Jesus Sanchez. comes up empty. That's strike two. The 1-2. Out to short. A sliding stop. The feed for one. To first, not in time.
In there.
Great effort there.
Up next for the Blue Jays, shortstop Tyler Wade.
And that is out of play. That one 95 to finish him off.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Brendan Little.
Well, the ERA tells you pretty much all you need to know. Under 1. He's been fantastic coming out of the pen.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Sinker. Middle outside.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Looking to get the tying run on base. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one away.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman
Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox.
Sinker. Low outside.
And a count 1-2.
Cutter. Low inside.
Stays alive.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Sinker. Low outside.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Up next for the Red Sox, third baseman Marcelo.
Swing and a
Meyer.
miss. Chased it out of the zone.
No, no signs of wavering on the mound here in the eighth. He's looking rock solid so far.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Back here in Boston. All set to start the ninth in this one. Ernie Clement now at the plate. Got him looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. This one in the air center field. Anthony on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the ninth. Running out of chances to pad the lead. Here's George Springer. Pinch hitter coming on. Juan Yepes trying to get something going for him with 2 away.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout.
Now pitching for Toronto.
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Romy Gonzalez up next for the Red Sox, and the tying run is on base. 2-1 down.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Only 1 out left for the Red Sox. Jaron Duran, the next to hit.
Jaron Duran.
Hoffman is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
1-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long